What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Jamar4 here once again, and we are back for a new series, okay? American Horror Story, the motherfucking freak show, has premiered last night on FX. Now, I tried to get into American Horror Story many times. I'd never finished the first season. I tried to watch the second season, which was Asylum, and got horribly confused as to what the fuck was going on. Oh, but bitch, that third season, I got all the way up into the Miss Coven, bitch. Yes, God. The Supreme. I love that shit. So now I was excited to see what they were going to bring for this. This is what season 4 for the Freak Show. Whew. And in this first episode was an hour and a half long. Baby, I was afraid because I don't know this could have been one of the off seasons, but baby, I think I'm gonna like this shit. So I'm gonna start trying to review this. Let me know if you guys want me to continue. But if you ain't watching American Horror Story, this is the first time that you're hearing about it. Please check it out. It comes on Wednesdays, Fox at oh shit, what time does this bitch come on? Hold on, wait. I'm about to give y'all accurate information because I want y'all to check this shit out. Hold on. It comes on FX Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Central Time. Okay, get into it. So let's get into this here episode premiere. So the episode starts off with the milkman riding up to, now mind you, this is supposed to be, this is set in some city in Florida called Jupiter. I guess it's a rural town. 1952. Okay. The milkman comes to the house, and he notices when he gets to the house that the previous milk delivery that he made, I guess about a month ago, excuse me, was still at the door, and the milk had went sour and everything. So he feels the need to. I guess he must know this family very well because he just walked right up into the bitch's house and is trying to figure out, what the hell going on. And then he finds the lady dead on the floor, just bleeding blood. Now, for me, if I walk into somebody's house, let's say I'm like a mailman, for whatever reason, if I decide to walk into your house, if I feel like I know you like that, and I walk into your house and I see you dead to the floor, I would not feel the need to further investigate the rest of your house. Okay? Dude got a fucking rolling pin, I guess, from the motherfucking kitchen. Now let me tell you, if somebody was in the house that was a killer, and I'm a milkman, I'm probably not getting paid that much. If they had something sharp to kill this bitch with, you think I'm not gonna feel comfortable being a 75-year-old man with a motherfucking rolling pin, thinking I'm gonna do some shit. I'm gonna chuck up the motherfucking deuces and be like, girl, we're gonna miss you, girl, and hop in my truck and be about my business, okay? And I'm just gonna X that stop off my list because the bitch ain't coming back. This dude gonna further investigate, and then he opens up a closet and sees who knows what. Uh, oh, wait, no, I think it just made sense to me just now. Duh. Uh, he walks into, I guess he opens up the closet, and I guess he sees somebody to fall out the closet. And so once the person falls out the closet, we show the scene of them going into the hospital bed. And as you see them going, they're on the little bed and they're going to the hallway. And you seeing people looking at them like they're crazy. And then they bring them to the room. Nurses come back out. They barfing and shit. So they done seen some fucked up shit apparently. And the doctor is scanning the body. Now, we haven't seen what the body looks like yet. They're scanning the body, talking about there's 1 bladder, 3 kidneys, 4 lungs. And the nurse is looking like, what the fuck is this? So, the girl who was the old Supreme last season, I'm not gonna remember her real name, so we're just gonna have to. Her name in this series is ELSA, like Frozen. She walks up into the motherfucking hospital, meets some little nurse girl. I guess convinces her out of her clothes. However it was that she got her costume. She gets into the little nurse outfit, goes into the place where the little body was, the people was freaking out at, opens it up, and it's the bitch who was the Supreme who turned out to be the Supreme last season. The bitch, she has 2 heads now. Okay, so that's the thing that people was so up in arms about. That's why she has like three bladders and four lungs and shit. So she's sitting there with two heads. Apparently, the Siamese sister, whatever. One is like a bitch, and the other one is like, oh hi, all friendly and shit. So I guess it's like a opposite thing going on. So I'm like, oh, okay. So the Elsa walks in, talks about, your mother, how do you know your mother? And she asked them all types of weird questions. She was asking them, how do you have boyfriends? Have you, how does it work when you touch yourself? And the bitch who's like all happy and shit, she don't know how to shut the fuck up. And she was like, well, whenever I touch myself, she sits and closes her eyes and pretend like she doesn't like it, but I think she does like it. I'm like, ew, I don't want to think about somebody who has to share a reproductive organ and how they pleasure themselves. Because it's almost like if, okay, if the friendly bitch says she's doing it to herself, and if we share shit, it's almost like somebody else doing it to me. When you have two heads and you only have two arms, do y'all share control of the arms? Do y'all brain connect? I don't know. I'm interested to know how that works, but we're gonna move forward. We get to this scene where these two teenagers are trying to fuck, right? And they out in a little picnic blanket, whatnot. And and I guess she pulled out some rubs, what was supposed to be condoms. I guess that's what they were supposed to be. I think that's what she called them. But they look like a box of matches to me. I'm like, those are some real old school condoms. I don't know what them things look like. They come in a motherfucking small cardboard box. But we're going to move forward. Uh, so the guy runs off to go get something. And the girl's just sitting there and just adjusting herself or whatever because she's about to get it in. And the next thing, she just looks up into the distance and sees a figure that looks like, someone dressed in a costume. It gets closer. That fucking clown shit. Listen, this is why something, I hate to say it. I really hate to say it. But it's the situations like this that makes it so blissfully obvious that there is a difference in instinct between black people and white people. If I saw some freakish, and first of all, I'm in the middle of the damn woods. I'm out here by a fucking pond or some shit, so it ain't like there's somebody I can run to real quick. If I see some figurine that's half their face is fucking ripped out, teeth bloody, and he's just staring at me, walking towards me and shit, I'm not gonna stand there and ask him, who are you, all that shit. I don't give a damn. I'm getting the fuck out. And if the dude wants to find me, you can call me. You can find me somewhere else, bitch, but I ain't finna be standing right here. And this bitch just sitting there just almost in like amazement. She's like she's scared, but I'm like, bitch, why are you still here? Why haven't you gotten the fuck out of Dodge yet? But girl, anywho. So, let me see, where am I? So the guy comes back and is like, who the fuck is this? And she's like, I thought you hired him. Bitch, really? Does this look like somebody that you hire? And if you're trying to be romantic, the fuck? I swear there's a difference. So he pulls out these little pins or whatever, and you would think, like, I didn't know what he was gonna do, but he pulls out these pins. You think he's about to start juggling and do some shit? He takes that pin, knocks the dude out, bop. Sees the girl react, try to run away, knocks her out, bop. So they're both unconscious. I don't know, those would be some hard ass pins, or he hit him in a good spot of the head. But anywho, I guess the girl's starting to come to and shit, and she's hearing her boyfriend screaming, and he is just up there. I don't even know what it was. What it was in his hand. He was just sitting there, just jabbing dude over and over and over again. And I'm just like, oh my god. And this is a freaky looking motherfucker. This girl finally decides, okay, now I want to run. Now that I have been, knocked the fuck out and my boyfriend has been incarcerated next to me, now I'm deciding, okay, this situation is dangerous. I'm going to get the fuck out. But bitch, no. Whole dude saw like, dude just running and took off running after her ass. Now, I don't know if I thought she was going to be dead, but apparently we going to see her again. Where we at? So Elsa meets this boy at this restaurant. Well, she's at the restaurant eating, and she sees this guy, as talking to the waitress who was serving her, and he goes over, or she goes over to him, and apparently, they know each other, and he's apparently part of her little freak show thing, and she talks about, how the freak show is not doing well, how somebody had came in and said that, we're gonna have to remove you from this land because the mayor wants to bring some other kind of show here, and they've already paid in advance and shit. Uh, and so next scene, I'm not even sure how this scene was correlated with everything else. I may have missed something, but they go to a scene where they're in a house, and there's a whole bunch of girls sitting around at a table. And we see one bitch come out the back room smiling and shit. And I'm like, okay. And so they're talking about being nervous about something or something. And they're telling one girl, she's looking nervous and shit. She's like, okay, it's your turn. He's like, don't be nervous, dear. Just relax. I'm like, okay, this looks like some sort of sex ring or some shit. And I'm trying to figure out what the hell going on. So the homegirl walks to the back, and it's that dude that was in the restaurant with Elsa. I'm like, okay. But the thing is, she said at the restaurant, do a quick little flashback, she said, how do you think you're going to make it with this mistress when she sees all of you? And I'm like, the fuck, what is he hiding? I'm just like, oh hell, what the hell does the rest of him look like? So he's laying on the bed and shit, and he tells her to relax. She lays down on the bed. This man pulls out his hand. He's doing one of these he got one of these motherfuckers going on right here. His fingers are wedged together and shit. And he proceeds to take said webbed fingers and slides underneath her dress. And she just goes nuts. I can't. I don't know. I don't have a vagina, but I'm sorry. It's something like webbed fingers looking like that. I could not be turned. Oh my God. Ew. This shit is fucking disgusting. How do you sit there and just let that shit happen? No. No, Lord, no. That shit was nasty. But anyway, moving right along, child. So, they had this radio about these killings going on. And apparently the clown then went into somebody else's house, killed the parents, and kidnapped the son. And he's keeping the son and the little teenage girl from before that was out in the field fucking, who didn't run when she could have. They have them locked up in some, who knows, it looked like a little truck he's driving. Who knows what the fuck that shit is. And he's performing tricks and shit, and I guess one of his tricks didn't work, and he started going fucking berserk and start throwing shit and breaking shit. This man's crazy. Whatever this is, man, woman, combination of the two, is crazy. Let's see, where are we at? So Elsa goes back and meets the twins back in the hospital. She's trying to get them out to get them to be part of her freak show, basically. And so they try to, he asked them about, how did their mother die? Because she already knows, I guess, from the newspaper or whatnot. And they try to give him this whole story, give her that whole story. And she was like, I know that's some bullshit. And pretty much they tell us what happened is that their mother was pretty much guarding them and saying all sorts of mean shit. And and the girl, one of the girls, I think it was the friendly one, just ended up stabbing their mother and just was going in. And Elsa was saying that the quiet bitch or the mean bitch is just as guilty because she sat there and let her sister do it. And then when they were laying down after the crime, she grabbed some scissors and stabbed her sister's, I guess, side of the body to make it, I guess, look like either it was some struggle, or Elsa said she was punishing her sister for what she did. It was very strange. Next we see the whole bearded lady chick from before. I hated her last season, but she's a whole different person now. The girl that was in the hospital that she took the thing from, I guess, I don't know if she drugged her, or I guess she did say she was drugged. She brought her to the freak show. All them freaks pretty much ran a train on her ass. She thought she was about to go to the police and talk about she was drugged and she was raped or something, but they showed the clip, basically her sex tape of all them freaks getting it on with her. And bitch, that's evidence that, and she's sitting there smiling and shit. So that ain't gonna work, bitch, because in the tape we can see that you enjoying it. So she ain't got no case. So I was like, damn, that's fucked up. Uh, where am I? So they do this whole little show, and there's only two people in the motherfucking audience. The redhead from last season who I loved, and I guess the guy who's her son or whatever, and he's an asshole. He's like one of them little bratty children and shit. I could tell because he was just that's not important. He was talking about how he was bored. He was he was making all these. He was acting like a little kid. He was like, I want to see the freak show. Like, where are the freaks, mother? You promised me that there would be some show or some shit. I'm like, boy, shut the fuck up. So the show actually starts, and Elsa comes on stage and she puts on this show, bitch. Like, even though her makeup was fucked up, she is singing her little heart out on whatever it was she was saying. I couldn't really much understand her, but after the show, the boy tries to go backstage, excuse me, and tries to buy the twins for $5,000. And Elsa was like, well, there's two of them. Well, she was like, well, $10,000. And she was like, well, they're not really up for sale. The girl and the mama of the boy was like, well, 15,000 and not a penny more unless they grow another head. And they was like, I ain't about that. Then the twin was like, we ain't going nowhere for that shit. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I guess they made it seem like he wanted to buy them for sex. And I'm like, what kind of sick, twisted world? You got people with web fingers wanting to finger pussies, and then you got somebody who's going to be turned on by a two-headed bitch? To each his own is all I can say to that. To each his own. That's where I'm going to leave it. I swear to God. Where are we at? Some officer tried to come in and put the girls under arrest because they pretty much, I guess, found out or put some pieces together that they killed their mother, and they're pinning them responsible for like the other killings that's been going on, which was done by the damn clown. And the guy with the web fingers was coming at their defense, and he started calling them freak shows, like, these freaks are under arrest, these freaks, this, freaks, that. And he was like, don't call us freaks. And he stabbed him and killed him. And so later, I guess he's like the ringleader of the shit. And they're out in this field. And he's like, all we want to do is be treated like everybody else. We just want a place where we can feel safe, feel like we can be ourselves. But apparently they're not going to give us that right. So we have to rise up and take it. And so I guess as a means of ceremony, as a representation of rising up and taking their freedom, they had that man out there that they already killed, that officer that tried to come in and arrest them, and they just stabbed him in the middle of the field. Stabbing. But the freakiest thing about it is that the clown is watching them do this. And I want to know, what the hell does this clown have to do with this freak show? Like, is he going to be a part of it? What's his whole connection? Because he's an eerie. I can't look at him. He already just perpetuates that whole fear of clowns that a lot of people have from these scary movies like It. Did y'all see the It with that bald-headed clown with the red hair? Either way, that's neither here nor there. So where are we at? The last scene is we see that Elsa is crying and shit. And before they left, because they didn't offer them the twins for sale, she was like, well, that's all right. And that was a horrible attempt at singing that she did. She was saying that was a horrible attempt at singing anyway. We don't want your shit, blah, 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 this, that, and this and that. And I'm like, actually, shit, she didn't sound that bad. I just couldn't understand her. I thought it was, I was entertained, hell. But she was crying about, I guess, for what she said. And the bearded lady came in and was trying to console her and shit. And she said, I have a confession to make. And she said, the only reason I brought the twins here as the headliner was so that more people could come and see me. I wanted to be a star and shit. I'm like, oh, okay, well, at least now we know, bitch. You pretty much using everybody so that you can be famous. oh, okay. And at the end, because I was trying to figure out throughout this whole episode, I'm like, okay, I guess she's like the queen or the one who's pulling all these freaks together. What makes her a freak? Like, what's so different about her? Because she looks pretty normal. And we find out that pretty much all she has is just some prosthetic legs. Uh, she has stub legs, and that's it. I'm like, I mean, I guess, but there's regular people that can walk around with that too, so it's really not that bad or that much of an abnormality. But that's her whole thing, and that's how the episode ended, y'all. So I'm excited about this. I cannot wait to continue watching, and I'm gonna try to continue with this series as best as I can. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. Hopefully, it's get back to speed. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and enjoying the show. I should have already put up, if this video was up, that means that my Bad Girls Club Redemption video should be up by now. So make sure you guys go check that out. And I should be back tomorrow. I won't be able to record it tonight, but I should be back tomorrow for Scandal. And somebody told me in my comments to check out How to Get Away with Murder. I've scheduled it to record. I missed the first episode. I'm going to have to watch the first episode, I guess, online. But I have, all the other episodes to record. And even if I do watch it and get into it, I probably won't review it just because I like to have some shows to where I don't have to pay attention so much to have to worry about doing a review for that I can just, enjoy. So if I do get into it, I'll probably just tweet about it. Yeah. And I probably won't try to review it just because there's so much going on. I'm about to get into The Walking Dead too this weekend. So there's that. So yeah, there's a whole lot going on. But thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.